There's a lot of noise out there in the business world, especially in the real estate world, a lot of noise. And on today's video, I want to share with you the concept of the three-legged stool. Hey everyone, Willie Miranda with the Ultimate Real Estate Success Blueprint. And today I want to talk to you about the three-legged stool. And this is a concept that was given to me and taught to me many years ago, back to my first original mentor. And he talked about the three-legged stool, about how important it is to have all three legs in your business running efficiently, right? And he talked about the three-legged stool as having three different processes. And when one of the processes are broken, your business is broken. Similar to a stool, right? You can't really sit on a stool if you only have two legs or one leg, right? You need three legs to really support that stool properly. So the first leg of the stool is sales and marketing, and it's the most important. And, going back in my real estate career, I remember my first year in business, I think I did pretty good as an agent. I sold 13 homes that first year. And then I looked into coaching. I looked into mentors. I looked into accountability. And I was able to hook up with a coaching program my first year in business. And I learned a lot about direct response marketing, a lot about marketing for real estate, from FSBOs to cold calls to door knocking, to direct mail, to working your COI. And the reality is that it all works, right? It's just a matter of what you choose to do, but what you choose to do consistently, right? If you're gonna door knock once and say, wow, that didn't work, it's not gonna work, right? You're just wasting your time. Same thing if you send one mailing out and you don't get people calling you or requesting to list their home or, a cost market analysis. Just do it once, it's not going to work. You have to do it consistently. So sales and marketing really is something that I studied. I was introduced to a guy by the name of Dan Kennedy, who he is still the GOAT or the godfather on sales and marketing. And just learned a lot of different things, like I said, on direct response marketing. So my first year I did 13 sales. Second year, 53 sales. Third year, 77 sales. And the rest is history. But my point on that is that if it wasn't for studying, if it wasn't for the sales and marketing leg, I would have never have been able to have that type of success. So that's the first leg. The second leg is customer service. You could list all the properties you want, work with all the buyers that you want, but if you don't have a good process in place, it's not going to work, right? That contract to close or that customer service element is so important to your business, right? And that's in any business, whether you're a CPA, whether you're an attorney, whether you own a pizzeria, customer service is key, right? So that was the third leg, the second leg, customer service. And what I started doing is putting together checklists and systems and built out a process for everything that we did, from taking the listing paperwork to putting the lockbox up on the house to putting the sign in the front lawn, right all the way to the closing and giving a closing gift. But you needed to create a process. And again, my mentor talked about McDonald's, right? Why is McDonald's one of the most successful franchises in the world, run by a bunch of teenage kids? It's because they have a great process, right? And I worked at McDonald's, so I know. I remember my first week on the job it was behind watching a bunch of VHS tapes on how to make a hamburger, how to make French fries. They had a process for everything they did. And that's why a McDonald's hamburger here in upstate New York tastes the same as it does in Florida or in California or in Tokyo, wherever else they have McDonald's. So customer service piece, very, very important. The third leg was finance. And that's another important leg to any business, because if you don't know where your money's going, if you're not investing back into your business, you're not going to have a business. So when I first started, I didn't think to even invest back into the real estate business. I didn't think to put money back into marketing. And then again, my mentor said, you should be spending in the beginning somewhere around 15 or 20% of every sale that you do should go back into marketing, but at a minimum, 10%. 10% going back into mailings, 10% going back into telemarketing, buying leads, whatever it's going to take to build your business, whatever it's going to take to drive in more people into your database, you need to put money back into your business. And I think that's a problem for a lot of agents today, is that they feel that every commission check that they get, that it's all theirs, right? It's money that they earned, and they put it in their personal checking account, and they're not putting money aside for taxes. They're not putting money aside for investing back into their business, for marketing. They're not putting money into retirement, which is so important. And I heard someone say the other day that realtors don't retire, they just die, right? And I know that's kind of a direct quote, but when I look around and I look at some of the old veteran agents that I worked with 20 years ago, it was true. Some of them could not stop working or stop selling real estate because they never put money aside. They didn't put money into a retirement. They didn't buy homes, invest into homes in the real estate. And unfortunately, when they reached retirement age, 65, 70, they didn't have any money. They didn't have any money to put or to live on, and they just couldn't live on just Social Security. So that is something that, from a financial standpoint, I think having a strong process on your finances so that you're paying your bills, you're paying your taxes, you're putting money aside for retirement, and that you're putting money really back into your business and feeding that golden goose, right? Because if you don't have that lead generation coming, you're not going to be able to build a business. So just as a wrap up here, I know there's a little longer video, but again, the people that are watching this, and if you're watching up to now, you have a longer attention span because you're interested in this or you relate to what I'm saying to you. And I think it's important for all of us to really focus on these three elements and this three-legged stool concept, because again, sales and marketing, customer service, and the financial side of it is what every business needs to grow on, to build on, and to have a process for in order to be successful, especially in today's time. And I know that there's a lot of agents out there that are distracted. There's a lot of noise out there. I was just speaking at a awards breakfast this past week, speaking to 600 agents. And that's exactly what I talked about, is about going back to the basics. And I'll do another video on that. But, the basics are your lead generation and into your database, being one. Two is going to be working with sellers and having a great process for sellers. Working with buyers, having a great buyer process. Negotiations, a little close to the road, I probably should turn around. Negotiating, making sure that we're taking anything and everything about negotiating so that we can earn top dollar for our homeowners or sellers. And if you're representing buyers, to be able to negotiate best on their behalf. I mean, there's a ton of real estate coaches out there like Tom Ferry and Mike Ferry, and we have some really great trainers out there like Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn. Like, a lot of these guys had great information on negotiating and customer service and you know, delivering great customer service so that you continue to receive repeat and referral business, right? So that's it. So I wanted to share that concept with you of the three-legged stool, because I think we are definitely in the real estate market. We are seeing a lot of noise. We are having a shift in the market, which is good. I think it's really good. I think that, unfortunately, there's a lot of agents that are getting out of the business that came into the real estate business over the last 3, 4, or 5 years. It was pretty easy for them. And now they're like, what the hell is going on, right? My phone's not ringing. I put a video up on Facebook and no one calls me. My friends are not buying. I sent out a letter, no one called me. Just a lot different, a different market, right? We got to get back to the basics. And I'll do another video on going deeper on those basics and what we should be doing on a day-to-day basis. But again, going back to the three-legged stool, I hope you found that information helpful. Scroll down below, leave a comment, and let's go get them this week.